everyone, and how are you on this Tuesday morning? It's a little bit chilly here in the north. I hope you got some nice sunny weather wherever you are, but you are joining us on Crafters TV for Wake Up Call. It's our first show of the day that we do every day at 11 a.m. In the UK, where we literally let you know everything that's going on throughout the day on Crafters TV. Crafters TV, if you are new to us, we are a channel of crafty goodness, which shows you just some of the most amazing things that are out there on the market. Now, being a craft channel, not only do we have a presenter, I'm Debbie Fisher, we also have an amazing guest in the building. So every day you can tune in and see what their demos are going to be all about. Now, this morning is no exception. This lady is a very dear friend of mine, and I don't get to work for very many times. So she is amazing. You love her. She's very talented. We've got Jan in the building. Welcome, Jan.
Good morning. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? Now you're doing some of the presenting. We get to actually see each other a little bit more. Not very often, but a bit more often than we did when we were all on this side of the studio. So yeah, it's really nice to be working with such a varied mixture of people now. It really is. It was like Craig last week, Corinne the week before, Ben. Yeah, so really enjoying it. So yes, I'm back again. This is the third, what day are we on? Yeah, the third Tuesday in a row, and then I'm back again next Tuesday. So all of a sudden I've become Jan Tuesday.
Jan Tuesday. I like that.
So,
why not?
So yes, I'm looking forward to this one. We've got some great products on, as always, which Debbie will go into much more detail in a second. But I have got a few samples just to tempt you at the top of the show. So yeah, lots of products. But what I've done is I've picked samples according to the ones that we're going to be demoing. So this afternoon's class at 2 p.m. is all about the Crafters Inspiration magazine. So I know we've got such a lot of new viewers recently that have joined our channel, and if you're starting out your journey in crafting, these are absolutely fabulous. As an experienced crafter, I collect these as well. They're like an addition to some of your collections, and the first one is all about that lovely timeless floral. So you've got that beautiful pastel pinks and greens running through it, all the flowers, the roses and the butterflies and things like that, embossing folders in there. So you know, if you're familiar with our magazines, you'll know that you get some free products in there as well. So we're going to talk you through those. So Timeless Florals is in magazine 1. And then in magazine 2, we've got some additions to the Bohemian collection. So if you bought into the Sarah Signature collection, Bohemian, we've actually got some of the free product in here is actually in addition. It's not duplicated, it's like extending that collection. And I just love this colour scheme, is beautiful. So really rich sort of teals, oranges, purples, that kind of thing. You've got that lovely dream catcher in there. And again, you've got the feathers just used in a very different way there with an embossing folder in the background, and those are all using the gifts in the magazines there. So that's the first two. Those are going to be featured during masterclass at 2 p.m. And then later on this evening, of course it's Tuesday, we've got launch party, and during the week we had these beautiful, I sort of showed you a peek of these last week, the little shaped cards. Such good fun, especially if you're wanting to send out cards for children, or the children help making cards. You can actually cut out these little characters and make them into a card blank. You can also use them in lots of other ways as well, which we're going to show you throughout the show. But yeah, we've got the little girl on the front or the back, and then turn it round, we've got a little brother on this side. But again, you know, you can use these as cut-out elements. I love this one, the gingerbread house. We're going to be demoing this one later to make a 3D project later on. But again, showing you know that you can use these elements in a card. This is actually in our diorama style there. We've just got the little house in the back. So those are coming up at 6 o'clock on launch party, together with obviously one of the sort of, I think one of the best collections we've done for a while as far as Christmas is concerned. We've got that 12 days of Christmas.
Oh yes.
So again, making little gift pouches there, that would be suitable for a gift card or just a couple of little chocolates in there. Be nice as place settings if you've got a name on these for Christmas tables, things like that. But bringing into play all those beautiful 12-day of Christmas elements there. You can see we've got so many different pieces in there. I'm going to demonstrate something similar to this later on, this style, but we're going to use different elements just to create that sort of accordion style. And then again, really nice embossing folders in that collection as well. So those last 2 sets will be coming up at 6 o'clock this evening, Debbie.
I couldn't agree more with that 12 Days of Christmas, Jan. I think that is probably one of my nicest ones that I love that has come out for Christmas in a long, long time. It's absolutely beautiful. So you can still get your hands on that. Now remember to head across to the website. It will show you all the bits that we've got on there today, including our £10 Tuesday. You'll see lots of things that we've put on offer in that category. Just click on that category, £10 Tuesday, and you'll find lots of different things that we've got on there. So you can see that right there, £10 Tuesday. We've also got a clearance, 50% off in there as well. We've got so many offers today, so just go ahead and look in there. You can see that Gemini 2 is back in stock as well. But look at all what you're getting here. We've got scissors in there. We've got a stamping platform. We've got reels of our red liner tapes if you wanted to stock up on them. So a great effect there. We've even got some 12 by 12 paper pads in there. £10, yes please. Absolutely amazing. So do head across there. Lots of you in with us today. Sarah Brown's already in, so she's my flaming galah, Sarah Brown. So it's nice to have her with us on this Tuesday morning. We've got Margaret's in saying good morning from sunny Montana. Alicia's in saying today is my 27th anniversary being on my job. Woohoo! Peace and love to all the crafty crew and family. Gareth Dobbs is in this morning saying good morning to us all and to the amazing CTV team. Yes, absolutely. We are a nice big team here and we couldn't do it without them all. Sally's in saying happy Yorkshire Day. Oh, is it a Yorkshire Day or just because you come from Yorkshire? Let us know. Rochelle is in from Florida. Tracy's in saying good morning. Shelley's in, Zoe's in, Hannah's in saying love a Jan Tuesday. And Jessica is in saying I got my 12 Days of Christmas order yesterday. Let us know what you think, Jessica, because I absolutely love it. It's one of those that you can just craft with time and time again. Now, we have got some exciting things to show you today. Now, launching today, it's our first time that we're doing this. We are doing a weekday wonder. It means that every day this week, through Monday to Friday, we'll be showing you a weekday wonder, which is something that is discounted and might have some extras in it. It might have some extra points, but we're running it for all week, and then on Saturday and Sunday we have a weekend wonder. So make sure you tune in to find out what that is. Now, our weekday wonder this week is the amazing Stash and Stack boxes. You know you love them. People buy these in their droves. They are amazing. They're amazing because they're sturdy. They're not going to, putting something on top is not going to weigh in the lid, so it's nice and sturdy. It's got a bottom which has got all those circular motions in there, so circle motifs in there, which will keep the rigidity of the box, so it's very well thought out. It clips at each side. Take the lid off and you've got all that storage in there, which is absolutely amazing. It's see-through, so you can see exactly what you're popping in there. It's an incredible offer today because not only are you getting that box, if I show you this, we've got a little goodie bag that we're popping in there as well. Now this is all £40 or $60, platinum price £32 or $48. We've got one of our re-inkers in there. This one is, sorry, not re-inkers, I don't know why I said that, it's a stamping solution bottle. So yeah, sorry about that, and that's going to clean all your stamps. We've got some glue in there as well, so our Floral all-purpose glue. We've also got some ribbons that we're popping into that goodie bag. There's an ink pad, so this one's one of our Midas ink pads in the bronze, a beautiful one there. We've also got our tape pen, of course, our very, I think, quite famous tape pens now. We're also popping in a classic marker for you, so if you haven't tried them, you can try those out. We've got some pokey tools in there as well. We've also got some tri-blend pens. You're getting 3 pens in there, but you're actually getting 6 colours in total. Lots in this goodie bag, and then you're getting a set of our spritzers so that you can put your water in, you can decant your shimmer sprays into there. Lots of different techniques you can do with that. All of that plus double points, which is amazing. So you're making a huge saving there, plus those double points on that, and that'll be running all this week. So grab that while you can, because that's a bargain bag, that one. absolutely love it. Now, what we have, Jan was telling you about our masterclass earlier, which is going to be all things Crafters Inspiration. The Crafters Inspiration magazine has been a really good grounding magazine for all of us at Crafters Companion. It's a magazine which gives you truly the most amazing inspirational projects. These projects are going to go throughout all your craftiness, and you can just add to them, get new designs. They're projects that show you so many different things in there. We've got our Crafters Inspiration 1, but also our Crafters Inspiration 2, platinum price £20 or $32, and you can see an additional 100 bonus points, which is incredible. Now in this you will get your magazine, so you'll get that beautiful magazine. Now the first thing you will notice, if you've not gone for our magazines before, is literally from cover to cover it is full of different inspirational things. I'm just going to do a quick flick through so you can see some of the items that we've got in there. You've got papers in there, absolute beautiful toppers, literally from cover to cover. There's no adverts in there. You might find a few of what we do, but actually the whole magazine is just full of so much goodness in there. Now you also get some goodies in this one. I'll just quickly whip through it. You get your die, so you'll get your beautiful word die there. You'll also get some stencils which come into that one. You've got some stamps in there, you've got your embossing folder, all of this in just one magazine. That's incredible, and loads of stencils there, huge pack of stencils. So that's your Crafters Inspiration 1. Now if you want the Crafters Inspiration 2, literally just put in that same code, you will get both of them in your box. So Crafters 2, beautiful magazine. This one, as Jan was saying, it's all about the Bohemian. I don't know if you know this, Jan, but I put the Bohemian collection forward as one of an idea.
Oh wow!
I don't know whether
you're really
that was,
good
there
with
might
that
have been,
kind of thing, aren't
yes,
you?
I love getting ideas and putting them down. I can't take any credit for it because it's the team at Crafters Companion. Leanne and her team put all the ideas through, but I did put one of Sarah's collections through as a Bohemian collection, and here it is. Well, it's not a collection, it's the one that came with the magazine, but I'm going to send you across to Jan because she's going to show you exactly what you get in this magazine, and I think we're going to have a demo on it as well. Jan, what have you got?
Right, so again, I love these. You know, I said earlier that if you're new to crafting, these are a great sort of little mini kit to have. But as an experienced crafter, I collect these as well because also quite often you're getting additions to your collection. So like I said earlier, you've got your gifts in here that extend that Bohemian collection. The projects, 91 elements to get you crafting tonight, and then you've got all your projects in here. So if we have a little look, again, we've got the magazine. I'm going to take the other pieces out and talk you through those as well. Lots and lots of inspiration on the packaging. So you can see these are some of the ideas that are inside the magazine. It also lists, you get a whole set of papers in here which are beautiful. So the magazine, just to start off, beautiful glossy magazine, and I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but like Debbie said, you know, they're absolutely filled with pictures, written instructions to actually make the projects, and very, very little advertising in here. Maybe the odd page that advertises one of our projects. We're actually going to do something very similar to this. I was inspired by this one, which was done by Tracy, and very much my kind of style with the inks. We're going to demo something similar to this later on in the launch party. In the masterclass this afternoon. But a little bit about Leanne in here, get to know Leanne, and it was when it was published, her new little puppy there. And again, just to flick through, I'm not going to go, as I say, through every single bit of it, but you can see it is absolutely full. I'm going to demonstrate something similar to this morning, not exactly the same, but the whole of the projects based around different collections. We've actually got some Once Upon a Time in here. A little bit further on, there's a little bit of Colour My World in there. So if you have those collections, there's lots of inspirations. At the front, you've got all the index there. And then of course, in the center of here, I've actually taken mine out, but in the center of here, you get a whole host of papers. Now these are actually not coated papers either, so you can stamp with these as well. So if I just move this one out of the way, these were actually doubled up and fastened into the center here. What I've done is take them out and I've actually trimmed them in half, so I've got a set of papers. There are two of this sheet with all the toppers to cut out. They're not pop out, they're actually cut out. but each one is double-sided. So, you know, if there's bits that you think, oh, well, I don't think I'd use that bit, Jan, you can turn it over and use the other side. So there was 2 of that sheet. You get 2 in the different colourways, which are different toppers to what's on here. We've not just done the same thing in a different colourway. And then you get 2 of each of the most gorgeous selection of papers that are going to complement that Bohemian collection. You can see we've got that Dreamcatcher theme in the background of the papers. So there's 2 of each one. I've used, I think, one of that one. You've got that gorgeous blue. And again, these are all double-sided. So you've got that sort of background element for the reverse side. The greens there, again, you can see that Dreamcatcher featuring quite heavily in those papers. That one is like a coral shade. Absolutely beautiful. The lilac, you've got the feathers in here again. Every time you look at them, you spot something different. And then that lovely sort of jade green. And these are all double-sided. So all of those are part of your magazine. Those come inside the magazine, along with your gifts as well. Now, I've actually got some little bits of elements that I've been using. So all I've done is my other sheet of this. I've cut out the piece that I wanted, and then I've just chopped the others up, and I've just got them in a little packet ready to use. But your free gifts with this one, you have got gorgeous embossing folder, which we're going to use at the top of the show. So we've got a 6x4 2D embossing folder with that beautiful leaf design on. We're going to use this in the demo shortly. You've got the metal work to create that gorgeous Dreamcatcher that I showed you earlier on here. So you can see that that's made. You can see the components there with the feathers and the circle. Okay, and then you've also got a stamp set which complements again with 3 different stamps in, plus a couple of sentiments as well. So absolutely gorgeous, especially, you know, even if you don't have the collection, these will work individually together with the papers. If you have got the Bohemian collection, then it's just extending. These are not repeats of what are already in there, that's just extending that collection. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of the elements and we're going to recreate sort of a version of one of the cards in the kit. So the first thing I want to do is use the embossing folder. So I'm just going to grab my plates for the Gemini, and I've got a little bit of, I've gone with navy and orange, which features quite strongly in this particular collection. It's a really nice combination there. And all I've done is a strip here that I'm going to pop into the folder, and we're just going to emboss this. You can choose which part of the design you want to work with, which bit of the leaves you want on there, or the feathers. And then because it's a 2D folder, I am just going to pop that between my 2 white cutting plates, okay? And then we're going to transfer this through and pop it in the Gemini and just get that embossed feature. And then I'm going to bring in some gilding wax to work along with this. That Bohemian collection is very sort of luxurious, so again the gilding wax just brings out some of the detail in there. So I've gone for the antique gold, which is the darkest one of the golds.
I haven't seen gilding wax be used for ages, Jan, so I'm glad
I love my gilding wax, and
yeah,
I just think it just brings out another level to the embossing.
Yes.
So you can see we've got that gorgeous embossed detail and the deboss on the other side there, and then all I'm going to do is just a little tiny bit of the wax and just bring out that sort of embossed pieces a little bit more. So again, just over the top there.
Do you have a favourite colour, Jan, in the gilding
wax? I do,
wax?
I must admit I do, and it's the only one I've had to replace, to be honest, Debbie. I've had all 5 of the gilding wax shades a very long time.
I wonder if it's the same as me.
One of them has had to be replaced,
Mine
and it's
too.
the King Gold.
Oh, mine's the Empire Gold.
Is it?
Yes.
Yep. I like that sort of bit more oldie-worldy gold, yeah. Yeah, and that's the only one that I've had to replace because I have used it a lot. The others, I'm still on my very first pot of it. It just lasts forever. I mean, this one, you can see, don't use the dark one as much. You can see there how much is left in that one.
How nice does it look on the orange, though?
It does, doesn't it? It's a nice contrast, isn't it? Now pop that to one side and just get rid of that spare off my mat there. And then what I'm actually going to do with these is just bring in that navy And I've chosen the paper, it was this one, and I've actually gone for some of the reverse of it. You can see here where I've taken pieces out of here. And for once I've swapped it round. I would normally mat and layer with the cardstock and then have the paper on top. But I wanted the blue in the background with the orange over the top.
Oh, lovely.
Okay, so I've got a couple of pieces of blue here, and again I'm just going to use some of my all-purpose glue. This is great for any paper to cardstock technique, but particularly if you've been embossing, because that wet glue will actually sort of sink into the back. Now on this one I've actually doubled up my pieces of card. I've actually got 2 layers of card just to make it a little bit stronger, and I'm going to sit those on top of the blue, and then we'll leave those to dry. Also with that wet glue, you've got that ability to just double check and make sure everything is where you want it to go. She says putting it down and moving it.
It's good to have that little bit of wiggle room, isn't it?
And then the same with this one. So not too much of your glue, just enough to get a nice good stick without it sort of seeping out of the edges. And again, we're going to use that one on top of that same blue. Okay. Now we've also got on the show, in addition to the magazines, we've got lots and lots of other products today. And I've just realised I didn't get mine out of my bag, but we've actually got some of the nesting dies on as well. So I'm going to bring that in and work. I like to sort of mix and match my collection. So we're going to bring this in and work with this in connection with the dies that are in the magazine. So this is actually our scalloped edge square frames. You've got 3 dies in here. The largest one gives you all but a 5 by 5 inch frame, and that's the one that we're going to use. And I'm going to bring some navy linen cardstock in now, and we're just going to cut this out of that cardstock to use as a frame on the front of the card. So again, just popping that in place. Bring those plates back. It is a thin metal die, so we can just pop that nicely. Just have a little bit of housekeeping there and see which way we want to use the plates. Pop those in there and pass that one through the machine as well. So that's going to cut out, and then it's also got a really nice stitched detail inside it as well, which is really pretty. Don't worry about the cracking. If your machine does that, you often find with the more open dies, so like the outline dies, and like this one doesn't have any detail as such in the middle, it's where it goes through with the pressure on the machine. So there's nothing wrong with your machine, it is normal. I find it quite satisfying because you know that it's doing a good job.
Absolutely.
And then we've got inside there that beautiful frame. I love these. These are a real go-to.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love these frames.
And you know, you've just got a really, really pretty frame. And I don't know whether we can see. Let me just bring that white plate back up here. You'll be able to see it on there. It's just got really, really pretty stitched detail all the way round the frame just to highlight it. So as well as the scalloped edge, and then it cuts out that centerpiece. So you have got an extra matte layer should you wish. Sometimes I've actually popped it back in as a stability layer because I'm going to put something on top of it.
And also, Jan, your outside cutting edge, you've created another frame, haven't you? The one you
Absolutely,
took out
yeah,
of.
the one that I've just taken away here.
How pretty
you could
is
actually
that?
layer them all up. So you can see this was actually the waist bit.
That's
I've just cut my card at 5.5 inches square, but you've got that almost inverted frame in there, which again you could use on your card blanks, or you could use this as a matte layer and cover it with the paper because again we only leave sort of a 1/4 inch border. So cutting this out of your background layer, you're actually getting more for your value out of your cardstock as well.
Love that.
So what we're going to do then is one of my favourite card designs. You've seen me do this one quite often. I've got my sort of acetate in the middle there, and I've used our multi-purpose cardstock. This is, I believe I did 6.5 by 6.5, and then just chopped the centre out and added the acetate in the middle there. And then I've gone with a combination of the blue and the orange. So we're going to put the orange layer in the back to pick up that lovely embossing that we did for the front. So the whole thing is a combination of blue and orange, and I'll show you where I got that inspiration from, because a lot of the questions I get asked, I don't know about you, Debs, is about the colour combos and how do you choose the colour schemes for your cards. And I know some people do struggle with putting colours together, but look at what you're working with. And when I bring the topper in, you'll understand why I've gone with the blue and orange. And these are complementary colours on the colour wheel. You've got blue at one side and orange as a secondary colour at the other side. So again, those are a good combination of colours to work with. So that one's going to go inside. And then these panels are going to go on the top and bottom here. So again, I'm going to stick, made a joke, Jan. It's not very often I make a joke. I'm going to stick my panels on with that all-purpose glue. And again, I don't think there is a right or wrong way with that particular embossing folder. The feathers go in all different directions, so I don't think you have to worry about,
it's a lovely
is it the right way up there? So that one's on the bottom. Just added a couple of little, you know me and my pearls and my gems. It's like a project's not finished in my world without either a gem or a bit of sparkle or something. So
mine's a bow.
Is it? And then that one's going to go with the little gems up in that top right-hand corner there. So that's my sort of card base at the ready.
Beautiful.
And then what I've done is I've prepared that frame. And like I said, I've actually stuck this piece. You can see my tape where I've put this bit back inside.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly wasn't necessary, but I just thought it gives it a little bit of stability because I've added a piece of that paper again. You can see where I've taken this from here. So I've just cut into this to get my matte layers that I needed. And this is actually going to be the front panel for our card here.
Oh, that's lovely.
Now I said I'll show you where I've got the inspiration from, because in your cut apart pieces, you've got this gorgeous one here. So all I've done is I've used my scissors to cut this out, and I normally stick these to a piece of cardstock. So I've just used some lightweight. This was actually some scrap Nina cardstock. It doesn't need to be mega heavy, but this is just paperweight, so it makes them a little bit more durable. So I've cut it out round the edge of it. Stuck it to the, cut it out roughly, stuck it to the card, and then cut the two layers together. Inked the edge of it, and I've got some foam on the back of it. And this is actually going to be our main focus of the card, and you can see that blue and sort of terracotta orange colour is where that colour scheme came from. So didn't really have to work that hard to find out what colour I was going to work with. So again, we're just going to add, I want to turn that over. In fact, I can probably use the tape that I've put the back together. This was actually sticking that panel back in here, but I can actually use the top and bottom element there. Because it's going on to the gilded part with the gilding wax, I'm just going to pop a little bit of that wet glue as well, just at the top and bottom, because I'm not too worried about the fact that the acetate's behind, and also it will mean that we've not got the glue showing through that back panel. So that's just going to stick about equal top and bottom. So I've looked all the way around there to get it nice and equal. And then I'm going to swap over to my tacky glue. So I tend to decant my tacky glue. I know this is one of your favourites, Debs. I know when I'm watching you, this is never very far away, is it? You love it.
I love it, yeah, absolutely.
And again, I like it in that little applicator bottle because it's got a finer nozzle on it there. So I usually decant mine into there and then just top it up as it starts running out.
Yes.
Just got my foam piece on the back. You've heard me talk about the it's sold as funky foam, and I buy it in A4 sheets, usually in white and black. So white for the lighter card, black for the darker colours. And if I've got a full panel like that where I want it to be flat, I tend to use that in the background rather than the foam pads. If it's a smaller piece,
it's a really good tip.
then I use the foam pads on the reverse of it. You'll see those coming up later. I've sort of befriended. I used to have a love-hate relationship with the foam pads, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I do love that tip though, Jan, because actually, you know, foam pads we pay money for, don't we? Where actually funky foam's quite cheap.
It is very inexpensive. Yep. If you've not come across it before, if you're in the UK, it's usually where the children's activities are. Yep. It's sold for children to cut out and make shapes out of. They do it in reams of different colours where I buy it. But I tend to just stick with the black and the white. As I say, depending on what I'm working with. If I've got all black, you can't really see a lot down the side of it, but sometimes I'll put the black behind it so that it's not glaringly obvious. And you've just got a nice solid area there that's raised. And then I've taken that Dreamcatcher one, and I just wanted a couple of little embellishments to offset the pearls at the top here at this corner. And all I've done is a little bit of my favourite gold. I've just cut a couple of the leaves out here, those smaller ones. You've got this beautiful big leaf which echoes the ones in the embossing folder. You can see here, if I bring this back, you've got those gorgeous big, I keep calling them leaves, they're feathers, aren't they, in there. They could be leaves.
It has got a leafy effect.
It has,
so
it reminds me of my
Yes.
Zentangling. It's like I've got something very similar to this in my Zentangle book that I've done with the pens and things. But yeah, I've just cut a couple of those, and all I'm going to do is just add these. Because these are facing down, I think I'm going to put these two going the same way in the bottom here, just as an extra embellishment. So again, because I've cut the card there and I'm adding them on as an embellishment, I'm going to go for that tacky glue and just put a little tiny bit. I don't want a lot because I don't want it to squidge out onto that satin cardstock there. And I'm just going to put these, I want them to come off the edge of the framework there, the topper. And then I'm going to do the same with this one. And then I had a little rummage through my stash to see what kind of embellishments I had that would match. And I've got a box that's full of all different embellishments. There's bows in there, there's stars, there's hearts. And I came across just this little tiny blue heart here, which I thought it's perfect colour.
Ah, yes.
It was almost as if it was designed to be there. And again, I've got a bit of red line tape on the back of there, and that's just going to seal the top of those and just mirror that, just to sort of balance it out at the front there. Okay, now if you want, another question that I get asked a lot when I've made designs like this is, where would you write your message? So if you were sending this to a recipient, where would you put the message? So because you've got that square underneath here, you could actually marry this piece up now underneath and put a white behind it, which means that you've got a nice white space to put your message in. Or alternatively, sometimes I actually matte and layer the back and put my message with a sentiment on the back. So again, lots and lots of space. And then the other thing I get asked about is when you've done this with the acetate, you can see all this here. But again, if you use this one and just place it over the top, once I've taken the tape away from here, the finger lift tape is wider than the double-sided tape, it just disguises some of that inside workings if, you know, you want to cover it up. So again, we'll move all them. I've made a right old mess again. Look, we're only on the first demo. Pop you that one up to have a look at. And I just think that blue and orange is really striking.
It's
so again,
so
take an inspiration from the magazine. There's one very similar to it in the magazine, and then that is just my version of it.
Oh, Jan, that is absolutely beautiful. If you want to be recreating that card that Jan's just been making, you can save the show and follow that full instructions that Jan just gave us on there. What a beautiful demo. That's your Crafter's Inspiration 2, but as you can see on the screen there, you're getting both of those with the magazine, with all those freebies, which is incredible. I mean, you are getting stamps in there, you're getting those beautiful dies in that Dreamcatcher, that gorgeous embossing folder, which is a bit Zentangly, it's amazing. And then you're getting all of these extra pieces as well. If you did want that on its own, you can go for that, and it's £15 on its own, but you get 50 bonus points apparently as well. But if you go for both of them, you're only paying £25, 20 platinum price, or £32 in the club, and you're getting 100 bonus points with those ones. Ian's in this morning with us. Ian Davis is saying, morning Debbie, Jan and the crew. I'm at home working and got you on in the background for company. Have a fab show. Thank you, Ian. Michelle is saying, it's my birthday today. I'm 51 today. Happy birthday, Michelle. You've joined us in the 50s club now. Oh, Jan. Can't say that anymore. You're not in our 50s club.
I've left the 50s club. I've left the 50s club. I'm in the next one now.
No one would recognise that you've left the 50s club.
Oh my days, yeah. It's getting scary. Yes.
Yeah, but only just. So Jan is in the 60s club now. So Jan is saying she loves all the colours that you're using, Jan. Hannah is is saying, I never think to use the embossing folder as little strips. And actually, it's a really good point, isn't it, Jan? Because embossing folders can be used in so many different ways. I love an embossing folder where you split it in 4 pieces and use it as frames.
I'm known for chopping things
Me
up, Debbie.
too, yeah. Lovely
I love
way to
chopping them,
use
like
them.
the triptych designs and things.
Absolutely. Jessica saying, I have the Bohemian collection and got the magazine. I've got those beautiful papers. I did read a comment asking about, it was Peggy Sue. She's asking what the weight of the papers are. It doesn't tell you the weight, but what would you say? Maybe about 160?
I'm just going to see whether it mentions
Jan's
it,
going to have
it
a
shows
feel
you
and
inside
see.
what the gifts are inside the magazine. Let me just double check. I'm sure somewhere in here there is a page. Have I missed it all? Oh, here we go. Papers and toppers. No, it doesn't on there. I would say probably about 120.
120.
Yeah, they're a little bit more substantial than copier paper, but I don't think they're as heavy as such as a Nina, which is about 160, isn't it?
Right.
So I would say maybe about 120. But again, what I do with the topper page is stick the whole page to a piece of Nina cardstock, just with some all-purpose glue.
Oh, amazing.
And then let it dry,
Yes.
and then cut them out from there, so it's got that little bit more stability to it.
Yes, it's good to have that rigidity, isn't it, sometimes in your papers, but they're good quality papers is what I would say, though, absolutely. Yeah. Carol is saying, no waste with those dies. Michael is saying, Jan is just an amazing teacher. Yes, we're very lucky to have her. Shadia is saying, neat fussy cutting, Nana Jan. And Shadia is also saying, this is great. I threw out my funky foam. Now I have to go and get some more foam pads. And Angela's saying, love this card. Right, so if you want those, remember to pop them in at your checkout, and you've got those 2 extra ones. Right, I do have an Explorer kit for you, which is amazing. This is our pop-out kit. It is just an incredible kit. You can see on the front here all those different elements, those die cuts and stamps to make those pop-out cards. There's over 200 elements in here. You're getting metal dies, you're getting clear stamps, you're getting card blanks, envelopes, assorted ribbons. You're also getting some coloured cardstock, some printed papers and some pearls in that kit. For £15, what a bargain, because you're getting a tape pen as well. That is so good. Yeah, so you can grab that today. Platinum price, £12. Yes, please. What a great and giftable. Really nice gift to give that. So you're saving 48% by getting these 2 together. £12 platinum or $12 platinum, which is amazing. Now, the other thing that we have for you is this out of this world deal. I plonked it down like that because this is a heavy deal. Lots. I mean, that's a lot of cardstock here. You know us at Crafters Companion. We do the most amazing cardstock. Our craft supply is sort of endless. And these are our core card packs, which I absolutely love. So we've got our luxury cardstock in here with our green, in our glitter cardstock, our matte mirror and our shiny mirror. So you're getting those 3 different types in there, which is incredible. You're getting 10 sheets of each. You've also got the most amazing bundle. I'm trying to pick it all up here. Amazing bundle of our Centura in lots of different colours. This is incredible. Do we know, Dean, how much cardstock in total? Do we know how many sheets you get in this bundle? Because that's incredible.
30, 60, 90, and the others are 10 each, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50.
Quite a lot. We're counting them up. I mean, platinum price, £32 or $48. And so far we've counted 90 sheets. So that's pretty good, isn't it? It's a lot of cards. So it's a lot of these. I'm not sure how many you get of each colour of these. Lots of different colours. Then you're getting your Centura Pearl pack. So you're getting your Pearl White, which is absolutely beautiful. We've also got our luxury cardstock in our red as well. So really great one of that one. We'll try and work it out exactly what you're getting in the break. But you're getting the red one there with your glitter, your shiny mirror and your matte mirror. You're also getting your Pearl Silver in your glitter cardstock, and you're also getting that ivory. It's a really big cardstock. Yeah. I mean, in these 2 packs, you're getting 30. So that's 60. Yeah. We're then getting 70, 80 in just those. And then I would say, then you're getting 40 sheets in your pearl here.
That's
120. And I would say, I would say possibly...
Are those the 10 packs?
At least another 40 sheets, would you say? Is that the trends pack, I think? So I think...
That's another 40, isn't it?
Yeah. That's incredible
massive,
value,
yeah.
Incredible value. Yeah, absolutely. All of that cardstock for £32 or $48. Yes, please make sure you grab that one because that's incredible value. And you can really stock up on all of your cardstock there, which is amazing. Right, let's pop that one down. Now, we are going to, let's just see who else is on with us. I think we're all sorted for everyone this morning. Peggy is saying, thank you for answering my question. Great idea about gluing the whole sheet and putting it on for die cutting. Yeah, great tip. Jan's always here with the best tips. But we're going to let you check out your basket. So why don't you look at the most amazing club there is in Craftland, in my opinion. It's our Club Inspire. Take a look at this.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back, you lovely crafters. I hope you're enjoying the demos this morning, because Jan is on fire this morning with those beautiful demos, and we're going to be seeing lots more throughout the day. Now remember, it's £10 Tuesday, so head to the website so you'll be able to click on that £10 Tuesday button and find lots of bits that we've got going on today. So grab those £10 Tuesdays. They've become quite famous, I think, those £10 Tuesdays. We seem to be very busy on those, so grab them while you can. Now something else we're quite famous for is our magazines. It's something I think we do very well. We are very good at putting groups of people, but they're real people, so people that are regular crafters, our design team, all the experts that we have on the TV. You'll find that they put all their inspiration into these magazines. Now we've been showing you the Inspiration 2, we're now heading to Inspiration 1. It's another beautiful design, lots and lots in here which you can see. So many different projects in these magazines, and what I do love about the magazines is the fact that you have step-by-step projects. Everything is made simplified for you. It tells you what skill levels they are, it gives you full explanations, it gives you picture form in lots of the designs, so easy enough to follow. It means once you learn all these things and you start to be a more advanced crafter, you can put that into all your other projects that you do, and I absolutely love that. Again, with this you're getting printed papers that are already in there. You're also getting elements that you can then print out afterwards. There is a downloadable in there as well. You are getting that just for you, beautiful die. Jan is going to show these in much more detail than me. We've then got a set of stamps. These stamps I think everybody needs to have in their stash. They're just an amazing set of stamps, those ones. There's an array of different stencils in there which are absolutely beautiful, and look at that for an embossing folder, so pretty. And then there's some more. Have I just shown you the same stencils? Let me just see. Yes, I have. There's not 2 packs of stencils in there, is there, Jan? Or is that? Oh, there is.
Yeah, one of them's like a busy pattern. The other one creates like a floral corner.
I've not had this magazine.
You've got that beautiful rose corner there, and you can just layer the stencils up to do the different colouring.
That's amazing. So you do get all those stencils.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Remember getting both of those. Now you can go for that one individually as well, but the best way to buy them is to get the 2 together so you can see them on our screen now, and you'll get them both today for £20 or $32 if you are in the States on platinum price, and also 100 bonus points. Who doesn't want 100 bonus points? Now remember, today we are fully interactive, always on Crafters TV, so make sure you do join us, send in your messages. If you want to ask Jan anything or myself, then you can do that. So but for now we're going to head over to Jan and get another demo in with that amazing magazine.
So yeah, this was a tough one because I love both of these, but if I'm honest, the pastel palette in this, so I am a bit of a pastel girl, and the colours in this one are absolutely stunning. You know, I mean, the Bohemian has got some gorgeous sort of brighter colours in, but this one's much more pastel, and you've got elements from this Timeless Florals collection in here. So again, even the packaging, you know, it could just be a plain box with the title on, but you've got all that inspiration, giving you a little insight, excuse me, as to what's inside. And then you've got those beautiful papers again that are in the middle of the magazine. Now again, I've done the same. I've took mine out. I've got all my papers and extra pieces in a pocket here. But these came again in the middle. I've just taken them out, closed the staples up, and then I've got my magazine as a reference point then. So again, you've got the layout there. Whoops, didn't fasten that one back very well. And you've got your index showing you goodness knows how many different sort of projects that you can work with, and each project has a list of things that you're going to need, so all the, you know, the tools and which elements we're using from the magazine, along with full written instructions on how to actually make some of the cards. So again, section on paper folding. This one really appealed to me. I like, you know, sort of like almost the origami style paper folding here, using rolled paper. On here we've got a show of the gifts that are in, which I'll show you in a bit more detail in a second. And again, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but you can just see how it is literally, the whole magazine is given over to the projects in there. Got that daisies in there as well. And again, full from brim to brim, some of the embossing folders in the back, little bit of an introduction to Sarah's day when she's working with some of our other TV partners there. And like I said, the only advertising you'll find in here is actually advertising our own products and showing you where to go to the website if you're interested. So that's the magazine itself. You've got all those beautiful projects in there to have a go at. You've got the means of actually using the papers to get those. And again, if I just go back to that page with all the details on here, am I right in thinking there is a download element, Debbie? Have I
Yes, I think there is. I think you can reprint the papers.
The papers.
Yes.
It normally gives you a... Oh, no. I'll have a double check on that. It normally gives you a link, doesn't it, to get to them on the website, but I will double check that in between the demos. So again, I've just taken all my elements out and I keep them with the magazine just in a clear pocket here. So we'll have a look at those papers first. You can see where I've been using mine and I've chopped into some of them. But again, you've got those beautiful topper sheets here. You can see where I've taken elements out of mine, but you get 2 of this one. You'll see the same here. I've taken this one out to do a demo with later. And then there are 2 with separate ones. They're not, you know, they're not duplicated. Different sentiments, different elements. These are going to use this bit later. And again, I've done the same with these. When I actually cut them out, cut the piece out that I want, stick it onto a little bit of extra cardstock, just some scrap cardstock, and it gives you a bit more substance to it. And then again, the papers. I couldn't have designed these better if I was able to do this myself. I just think they're absolutely stunning. I love, this is very much that sort of shabby chic. This is very much the kind of style that I like in my own personal crafting. So again, double-sided, you've got that background element with just some of the background pieces, which if you look through the patterning, you can see in the background on here, and then the ones to go with it. And there's 2 of each one. I've used actually one of those in the demos. You see there's 2 of each sheet. And again, that gorgeous, you know, even the reverse side of them are equally pretty. Beautiful patterns in here. And again, just on the back there. So you've got predominantly those sort of pastel mint greens, some blues in there, the pinks, and then that lilac one. We're going to use that one later on. I've only got one of that because I've cut into that one for a demo later on. But again, absolutely beautiful. They really are. So pop those to one side and I will show you the gifts as well that we get. So again, I've got all my spare pieces that are left over that I've got in a little packet ready to use. And then we have got that gorgeous Just For You, which I've actually cut for this particular demo. Gives you a nice little size sentiment there. We're going to use this on our card. So I've just used this out of some scrap pink, which is going to be the pink and turquoise is going to be the theme for this particular card that we're going to make. You've also got, like Debbie said, an amazing stamp set. You know, you've got all sorts. We've covered the, you know, the generic happy birthday, the thank you, happy anniversary. But you've also got some of those different, sending you lots of love, thinking of you, never stop dreaming, where flowers bloom, so do hope, you're in my thoughts, be your own kind of beautiful. There's some really nice sentiments in there if you're wanting to stamp a sentiment onto your project, nice acrylic stamps. And then we've got the Graceful Roses, which is that lovely 5x7 stencil. We're going to use this one in the demo, so I'll pop that one to one side. This one is a 3-piece set of stencils here. So you've got a background layer, which is quite busy, and then you've got the 2 layers that will create those gorgeous roses. So you can see here we've got the main part masked out so that you can colour the leaves in. And then on the one underneath here, if I just lift this, you can see we've got that lovely rose element that's going to fill in the gap, and then the veining on the leaf. So you can layer these with your inks to make some really nice projects. And then again, in keeping with those papers and the theme, you've got a beautiful 2D 5x7 embossing folder there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and this is just slightly smaller than 5x7 because my matte layer is 5x7. So we're actually going to put this one on here. Okay, but first of all, I just want to use that stencil. So just very, very carefully pop that off here. And I'm going to position this over the top of my card. And then I think we'll just tape that in place at the back so that it doesn't move while I'm doing the inking. So once I've got this in place, I'm just going to put the cardstock right in the middle there so that we've got an equal space. And then just tape this at the top so that I've got an anchor point. And then also on the show, these are my go-tos. I think you're the same, Debbie. I think you like the opaque inks, don't you?
Oh, I love them.
These are my go-to inks. Again, as I say, I'm a pastel sort of person. And although these are all the same colour family, I find the nature of the opaque inks just come up a little bit lighter. So again, I've picked out colours to match the theme that we're going to do. So I've got Pink Tulip and Oasis. And I'm going to bring in I brought my ink daubers. I didn't have them with me last week. So we're going to take the corresponding ones, and I saved these just for my opaque inks. I think I'm going to order another set because I've also fell in love with the duet ink pads as well.
Yes.
So rather than contaminating them, I want to get another set. So all I'm going to do with these is just transfer a little bit of the ink through the stencil to create a background piece to work on. So again, just loading up that little sponge applicator and little circular motions. Now this is very, very pale. I just wanted sort of a very subdued effect in the background. I don't want it to be too bright and in your face. And again, just pushing it through that stencil there into the background. Just taking care if there's any elements of your stencil that are cut into, you don't want to sort of rag them the wrong way and damage the stencil. So again, I'm not really fussed as to where the colour's going. I want a mixture of the turquoise and the pink all the way through the stencil. So we'll do some of it in the pink there, and then we'll add some of the turquoise in as well. So again, just pushing it through. If you don't have the ink daubers, we've got those available. They are back in stock at the moment on the website.
They are, absolutely.
So have a look over there. I know we had them on the show last week, I think, when I was here. Our producer Dean saying that we're on the show yesterday. So they should be nice and easy to find on the website. And they are invaluable for this kind of thing. They really are. You can use your larger ink applicators, but I just find this controls really nicely where you want to put the ink on the design. So just working your way around, and all I'm doing is just pushing that little sponge applicator into the design there. And I've worked my way down in different areas, and then we're going to swap over and do exactly the same with the Oasis, which is the lightest of the turquoise colours there. So again, I'm just going to hold the edge of this. And again, there's some really nice, there's some little postmark elements on here. It's got that real sort of shabby chic feel to it as well. So again, just blend up to where you've done the pink. You could add more than 2 colours if you want to do 3 colours on this, absolutely fine. Just use those papers as a guideline for that colour palette, and it does make life easier then for putting the colours together. So again, let's have a look where we're missing the, just fill in the gaps there with the turquoise. And then this is just going to leave a really nice, delicate background. It's actually going to be the focal point on our card, but if you wanted to mount, you know, some of those pieces that you fussy cut on top of here, you could. So again, I'm just making sure we've got all that filled in there.
It's a very pretty stencil, that
It's
one.
beautiful, isn't it? And then if we just lift that and have a check, yep, absolutely fine.
Ooh,
You can just see that
beautiful.
really, really delicate image there
nice.
on the front. So again, we can take that away. All the inks are water-based, so just either a simple rinse under the tap. I tend to just use my wipes there, or a damp piece of cloth, and you can just get that ink back off, ready for use with your next go. Okay, so this is actually going to be our main piece on the card. Now I've just realised when I got this demo out, because I don't always prep in demo order, and I never really know until I've had a chat with our producer as to what order we're going to do them in. And I do apologise because I've got the same card blank as what we've just done for the other demo. So I told you it was a favourite of mine with that split card with the acetate in. So,
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
and it's
just
good
the way,
to recap as well.
Pardon?
It's good to recap on same styles of
Yeah,
cards,
it's
isn't
just
it?
the way that the demos have landed that we've ended up with 2 of the same style, because I do try and do a whole range of different styles. So where I've put the pink ink, I'm going to edge with that pink, and then I'm going to take the same again, the ink direct to the cardstock, and where we've got the blue, the turquoise, I'm going to add in that turquoise around there just to frame, and it just helps draw your eye into that design there. So you can see that's ready to go now. So we're going to mount that piece with our Floral all-purpose again onto the background here, and that's just going to again bring out that turquoise ink. So I've just left a very, very narrow border on this one. I normally leave 1/4 of an inch, but it was so pretty that I've just gone down to 1/8 of an inch on this one. I just wanted a little bit of that turquoise just to frame the rest of it. And again, with that wet ink, wet glue, you've got time to just wriggle this into place before the glue starts curing there. So we're okay with that one. And then we'll leave that for a second to dry. So that's going to be my sort of central panel. And then again, those papers are just exquisite. So I've taken panels that I'm going to use for matting and layering. I've got that same turquoise textured card on the background. And again, I've got that split piece. My apologies, as I say, the way these have landed, we've got that same slightly different format this time. The other one was square. This one's actually a tall one, tent fold, larger piece of acetate in the middle here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop these inside. So that one's going to go in the back.
Just shows you though, Jan, with 2 different collections, how different the same card can look.
Yeah, it can. So again, just using that all-purpose there, and then we can just wriggle this one.
They are pretty papers,
Aren't they
aren't
beautiful? They really are. As I said, they've got that real sort of shabby chic look to them. Absolutely gorgeous. And then again,
I think I need to get these, Jan. I'm actually launching the new 3rd one in a few weeks, and I haven't got the first 2, so I think I need to start the collection.
I think maybe, yeah, you need to build those up, don't you? So again, just to pop these panels on, little bit of that glue. As I say, it just enables you to sort of, I've just realised that I think the writing on that one's upside down, but we'll go with it because I've got my gems at the ready. It's not obvious here, and we're going to put the panel over the front anyway.
I would never have known.
I do normally check that. Yeah, if you've got a directional paper, just make sure that you've got it the right way up. And I do normally check, and that one's escaped me because I think that one's the right way. I think you wouldn't really notice, I don't think.
I can't see it from here.
So again, that one on the bottom. And then we're going to put this one in the middle here. Now I think this time I'm actually going to put it at a little angle.
Oh, yes.
Don't normally do angles, I like things straight, but I think we're going to be daring. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my double-sided tape pen, and I just want to put tape, again, across that top edge and across the bottom edge. I'm just going to anchor it on those 2 panels that we've made. So again, make sure it's the right way up, Jan. And we'll tip it this way just a little bit there, just to give it that little tilt. It's also great if you're not very good at lining things up. If you intentionally pop it on the wonk, it doesn't matter there. So well, I intended it to be like that if you're not very good at getting them lined up. And then I've got a nice little bow to go on one corner. Again, I like to sort of offset. And then if I just take the foam pads off the back of that die cut, we've got the just for you to go at the bottom here. So nice. Again, because I'm going over the ink, you know, I like to add my little bit of insurance on the back of the foam pads, just so that you've got that longevity with them. Yeah. And this one's going to go, I think we'll keep with the angles.
Yes.
I'm going for it today. And then under here, just a little bit of the tape pen there, and we're just going to pop that bow on just to counteract and balance out that sentiment again. So you can see there, and again, the same as last time, if you wanted to put another panel inside to actually pop your message on, but again, you know, I don't particularly want to cover that up. So in this instance, I think I would pop a matte layer on the back, maybe with one of those beautiful stamped sentiments in on the back of it, and then you can write your message to the recipient on the back. So that's where we've got to. And then again, if I stand you that one up, you've got that tent fold design again on there.
So beautiful. Absolutely love that one. Now, if you want to be creating like that, all you need is a couple of extra ink pads. So head off to the website to grab those. But Jan was creating with our Crafters Inspiration 1 on that one. Beautiful papers in this one. I have to say, I can't believe I've not got it. So I think I'm going to have to treat myself to this bundle and get all those beautiful papers. And apologies, I said there was a download. There's not a download. I forgot these were our brand new new. And I say brand new, so someone else has asked a question, just so we'll answer that. Kim has asked, is this a new magazine? It's a new magazine through, we used to produce our own magazines. We now go through Practical Publishing, and these two have come from Practical Publishing, but they've been out a little while, and we've got the third one. So if you haven't got these two and you want to go through the collection, grab these, and then the third one will be out by the end of the month. So you'll have all three in that collection. But you can't download the papers. Well, the papers that you get in there are the ones that you get. But I think you'll agree, you get so much in this collection, which is incredible, including an embossing folder, including those beautiful stencils, including another lot of beautiful stencils, which are the ones that Jan used in that demo. You're getting all that gorgeous stamp sets in there, and you're also getting that just for you die cut as well. Absolutely amazing value when you're getting both of those magazines for £25 or $40. Absolutely love that one. Let's see if we've got any questions. Lindsay is saying, when you come up with a design, Jan, how long do you plan them without wasting good card and paper pads?
There are often bits end up in the bin, and a lot of frustration because, yeah, I do. It's like things like the ones that I've just done, as I say, are a familiar favourite design with the split panels in, and the reason I like them so much is it allows you to get a larger card out of a piece of A4, because as a lot of you will know, to make a square card out of A4, the largest we can go here in the UK is about 5 3/4, 5 7/8 square. By doing it this way, you can actually make, for example, this one was 6 1/2, because you've got the gap in the middle, you've got enough room to actually cut the other pieces out of that one sheet of A4 card. But if I'm doing something that's maybe a little bit more advanced or something I haven't done before, believe me, there are pieces of card end up in the bin because I've scored it in the wrong place. Sometimes I'll see something that I like and have a go at it without any instructions. So there's a little bit of trial and error in getting the, the sizes and the spacings right. But more often than not, when I am designing, so for example, either of these cards, I never commit to anything until I've got all the components ready. So I don't stick anything down until I've got all those components ready to go on the card. So I'll sort of start from the front. So both of these cards were governed, the size of them were governed by the element that was going on the front. So in this case, the topper, in this case, the stencil. Don't forget you can cut your stencil down. It doesn't have to stay at that 5 by 7 size. And again, then I tend to work backwards so that I've got the sizings of the card. And I have apologised before on air because we don't always stick to standard size cards because we're making the samples and more often than not they're not going anywhere. I don't need to worry about standard envelope sizes, but obviously with the help of things like our enveloper and the envelope box maker, you can pretty much make an envelope to fit anything that you make. Just use those guidelines, use those sizings, and again use your 12 by 12 paper pads to make the envelopes to put your things in. So yeah, there is some wastage, I must admit. I do end up getting very frustrated sometimes. Sometimes I just walk away from it. If it's not happening today, walk away from it, come back to it later, and all of a sudden everything falls into place.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't add really much more than what Jan's done as well. I use sometimes a piece of copier paper if I'm going to do a different card design. But that's what Crafters Inspiration magazine is for. You get all step-by-step instructions, so you shouldn't go wrong on there. So I would say start at the beginning, start with the magazine, start with all those projects that you can use, and then that way you can build on that, which will hopefully save your cardstock and your pretty papers as well. Shadia said, Jan, have you got any plans to do any Facebook Lives? It's hard sometimes doing them from home, isn't it, if you haven't got the right equipment?
I need to. The one thing that I've been wanting to do for years, and I did actually make a start on it and didn't get any further, is to start a YouTube channel. I know there's such a lot of you guys view our channel through YouTube, and I know some of our colleagues have already got channels out there. I know Craig's sort of trying to build his following, and it's something I've always wanted to do with regards to, basic tutorials, how to do things step by steps. But it's about getting the craft room set up for it. Obviously here we've got all the studio in place, we've got the guys behind the scenes that do all the hard work. At home I just need to get it set up so that I can film, and I am the first person to admit that I am very technically challenged. So I have people around me here that do all the tech. They're a wizard. They just push a button and everything works. When I push the button, it just all crashes. So I need to get on top of that and get past my fear of tech and technology to be able to actually do that. But yes, it is something in the future that I haven't sort of ruled out. I would love to get involved in that.
So, Shadia.
I love watching our Debbie when she does, Debbie Robinson when she's doing the Facebook Lives, and Craig does a lot of Facebook Lives, yeah. Yeah,
so
if
watch
Debs
this
can
space.
do it, I can do it, can't
watch
I?
this space, absolutely, Jan. Yes, watch this space. I love that. Melanie is saying these 2 magazines are my favourite to use. Oh, that definitely convinced me to get them. Sarah Brown is saying gorgeous papers, loving those colours. Violet is saying good morning from North Carolina. I love the name Violet, so pretty. Kathy is saying gorgeous card, Jan. Alison's saying so delicate and gorgeous, Jan. Lindsay saying that's a pretty card, Jan. Tar for the demos. And Sandra is saying, Jan, my answer to that little bit missing from the 6x6 card using the A4 card is to cut a fancy edge on the front and then a strip of gilding or glitter on the back.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Absolutely. And Violet is saying, trust me, Jan, she's so understanding being electronically challenged. I am so understand being electronically challenged. Yes, it's quite a mean feat, isn't it? Right, now going from the demo, the inks that Jan was using are our pigment ink pads. They're my favourite. I don't make no bones about that. I absolutely love them. They are beautiful colours, and although our colours all match, they do have that chalky finish which gives them that sort of subtler look. But you can also do lots more techniques with them, including heat embossing. So you've got your boudoir. I always say it's not a boudoir at all. It's our Bordeaux. Thank you, Dean. I knew what it was, but I don't know why I was coming up with that. We've then got our orange, we've got our lemon tonic, we've got the pink tulip in that range, we've got a twilight grey, which is a great one to have, especially for adding all your different shading. We've got plum jam, we've got a baby blue in that collection, we've got a damson wine, we've got our oasis, and we've got our Freya brown as well. All of those for £40 or $60. That's an amazing deal on those ink pads. I believe they're normally $5.99 each, so great price on that one. So make sure you head to the website and pop those in your baskets. Right, something else that's shiny and glittery and right up my street. I know Jan loves these as well. These are our glitter paste. When they come out, you went crazy, literally crazy, because we've never had glitter paste ourselves before. They're amazing designs, amazing colours. These are our Christmas ones. If I show you my board, and then you can see exactly the glitters that you're getting on there. Our poor little one here has got a little bit, our snow angel's got a little bit ripped, but you can see that shine. Look at the shine on them. Absolutely beautiful. I love these. Gorgeous design. You're getting all 6 of those in those 50ml pots. You get tons in there. Beautiful colours. You can mix them together. You can use different colours in one go. They are just absolutely a breeze to use. £45 or $56. Platinum price £36 or $44.80. Absolutely amazing. Now, if you go with our glitter paste, you'll need some stencils. How about the new stencils in our Christmas range? I think our stencils are some of the best on the market, purely because not only do you get that large background stencil, you also get a border or a sort of topper and a border. So beautiful designs there. So that's our snowflake one, our graceful snowflake. You're getting all of these. You've then got your Holly Jolly Christmas. I think that's an absolutely beautiful design there, especially with those bells. You could always cover the bells with some other leaves and use that all year round, perhaps for weddings, anything like that. Be beautiful. You're getting all 12 of these stencils. Your Christmas poinsettia with the bows. That's a great one to use on your tags and boxes alike. And then you've got your festive frame, another beautiful design, especially with the Santa and his reindeers going over the rooftops there. Absolutely beautiful. £31 or $38. Absolutely love those designs. Now, the next thing we've got, let me just pop that to the side, is our metallic markers. Now, I haven't got them with me, but I do have the colour charts to show you what you are getting. These are incredible. So you've got your antique elements. So if I move them down, this is literally if you are drawing with them, scribbling with them. See, they've got that scribble on the side. You're getting that metallic come through in all those different colours. So you've got your ancient bronze, your aged copper, your rose gold, your tarnished silver, your vintage satin and your antique pearl. Then you're getting, this is the full collection, so that's a bargain. Look at that, under £20 in the UK if you're platinum price. Your precious metals, look at that, gold plate, gold nugget, your burnished copper, your antique bronze, your pewter and your silver ingots. You've then got your next ones in that collection, which is your rare minerals. Look at these. I mean, your amethyst, your blue topaz, your jade green, your citrine, your red garnet and your pink quartz. You're getting all of those pens, 18 markers in total, £19.18 in the UK or $27.12, which is incredible value. I love these, not only for all your Christmas makes to write out, but also just in your everyday card making. I know lots of you doodle, lots of you do your Zantangling, lots of you do those little little dashes all around to create little squares. It's just loads you can do with those markers. But we're going to let you have a chance to check out your basket. So while you do, have a look at this.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly
What
how
did she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action. If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. We are right bang in the middle of Wake Up Call, and we've been showing you lots of things this morning with our Crafters Inspiration. But we are going to move away from that. But do join us back at 2 p.m. Because we've got a masterclass. So Jan's going to be going through all things Crafters Inspiration, showing us exactly what you can do with those amazing magazines. And that's not what's in the magazine. This is Jan's take on it, which I absolutely love. So that masterclass is on top of what's already in the magazine, so make sure you come back at 2 p.m. for those. But for now, we're going to go to those amazing card bases, they're card shaped bases, which we had on. I think, did Sarah launch them? I want to say only a few days ago. I think the end of last week. Absolutely beautiful. Now, the first one I want to show you is the Christmas tree. So it's our Christmas cheer. They're really good designs, very clever designs. It means you've got those toppers to use on your cards, or you can make those card shaped bases out of them as well, and you're getting everything that you can have to decorate, so including those streamers, your lights, the bows, the present. It's just all beautiful, and you're getting that really comprehensive stamp set in those as well. Now, everyone loves the snowman, so the cheerful snowman is absolutely, is it clear? It is cheerful. Did read that right. Absolutely beautiful. I love it because it's such a good size. These are going to be really good size card blanks for you to make, especially with the grandkids, for the children, making all sorts of things, Christmas decorations, decorating the Christmas table. You're going to be using them for so many things. I do love this one, Jan, with all the different faces that you can create on there. So all these different...
Couldn't you?
Look at these stamp sets going up there. Absolutely love that one. Who doesn't love a gingerbread house? It's the one thing I've always done with my kids, and now the grandkids. Every year we decorate a Christmas gingerbread house. I think this one's brilliant. So now I think I'm going to have to get this one, because not only will we make gingerbread houses, we're going to have to decorate cards with gingerbread, aren't we, as well? I love that you get the little mini gingerbread as well. So absolutely beautiful. Love that one. And then last but not least is that gorgeous penguin, which Jan is going to demo in just a second. I love it. In fact, I don't know why, Jan, but this one reminds me of almost like a graduation. Do you get what I mean? I don't know why, but it's almost like it's got a graduation cap on.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
It's almost a little
make
bit
it into that.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, absolutely. But love that one, and that's your Jolly Penguin. So if you want those today, there's £75. Think about all those dies, all those stamps you're getting on there. You get an enormous amount. In fact, I've just read it. You've got 45 stamps and 127 dies. That's low. £60 platinum price, or £75 of 20. Sorry, $75.20 if you are in the platinum for our US viewers. Right, we're going to go over to Jan and see what she's got in store with that little penguin.
We are. We're going to use the Jolly Penguin, and I just think these are a great set to have in your kit for Christmas crafting. You've got those cute little characters and the tree and things like that that are very typically winter stroke Christmas, either cards, birthdays, things like that. But the other side of this, there are so many little extra dies for decoration and things like that. So for example, this one's got the bunting in it. You've got the candy canes that can be transferred. If you're wanting accents for Christmas cards and things like that, there's lots of little elements in here. So these come as a double set. You get your metal work, which is going to cut out the basics. I showed you this particular sample earlier. So you can be making things like this. So we've got the little girl penguin, and then we've flipped it over. We've got the little boy penguin on the back. So just using lots of scraps as well. Great for scrap busting. We were talking about this last week. And then in there together with that, you know, you've got a shed load of stamps in there as well. Not just one stamp to go with that particular outline. You've got lots of different ones, including, like I said, accent stamps as well. So again, you know, you might want to make a background with the stamped snowflakes to put behind it and use the penguin on a card as a topper. You know, you might want to, I'm going to show you how to make it as an actual concept card and make it as a, you know, a shaped card this morning. But all of them have got these extra little accents in, which I think is, again, you know, crafters are known for this. If there's a space, we're going to fill it either with a bit of metal or with an extra stamp or two. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the very, very outline of the penguin. off here gently. These are just outline dies, and we're going to cut into, and I'm going to use the plain black matte card, which I think we have on the show for you today, and just cut out that outline shape. And then I've already got one that I've cut as a second one, and I'm going to show you how to put this together. If you haven't done a shaped card before, they are so easy to do. So again, I'm just going to pop that into my plates. I always have a check to see. I used that one last time, so we'll go that way this time. Shims in place. And we'll go that way, and then I'm just going to pass that straight through my Gemini. Now, a lot of these, the beauty of these as well, is that they will fit through your smaller machines. So if you've got the Junior or if you've got the Midi, some of the outline shapes will go through those machines. The little extra accents, a lot of those, you know, if you've cut the main part like this, the little extra accents pieces will probably go through your Mini as well. So nice and easy for, so I think if you're crafting with the children, and people want to stay away from the electronic machines, it's always good to have that option. So again, I've just got there, you can see my penguin base. So make sure we've got the die out of the way. And then all I'm going to do is bring my scoreboard into play. Now, I know most of you have access to a scoreboard, whether it's a freestanding one, A4 large one, whether it's on top of our Ultimate Pro, things like that. We talked about the black line down the middle being really useful, but in this case, I just want to create a score line across the top here to allow this to fold, okay? So I'm going to pop it, because this is a flat edge at the bottom for it to stand on, I'm going to pop that one against here. Now, I'm not too worried what the measurement is. I'm just going to look at a suitable line here. So in this case, it just happens to be at 4 5/8, and pop myself a score line across the back there like so. That's all I need to do with the scoreboard. And then we're going to crease and burnish that line, and I actually want to fold it back on itself and both ways so that you've got that opening and closing aspect. So I'm going to burnish it one way and the other way so that you've got that sort of movement either way. And then I've done exactly the same with the second piece, but I've missed the score line off this one. And all I am going to do is pop glue on that little tab that we've made with the score line, and then pop these together to make my card blank. So because they're dies, we can line them up perfectly, and this would apply to the snowman and to the Christmas tree if you're going to use the Christmas tree, and the gingerbread house. And just by popping that little score line in here, we've got the ability then to make it into a card blank. You can see there where it's literally just giving us that hinge to work with. Okay, so that's against my top, which looks very dark on there. It's actually purple, but yeah, if I do it there, you can see, look, you've got that little hinge. Yeah? Yeah, so that's my card blank made using that external piece of the die. And then I've taken the next piece, which gives you the area for his body. So we're going to bring that one in next, and I've cut that out of just some, and again, these are great for using up scraps of card. I'm always talking about my scrap box. It never seems to get any left. I've just done a massive tidy up of loads of offcuts of paper that I had, and I tend to cut them down into like 6x6 shapes, 5 3/4, 5 1/2, so that they're literally there ready to mat and layer with. But all the little pieces go in a box, and these are great for all the extra bits. Now you can see here, I've cut that one out of some plain white cardstock, and I've just used a little bit of blue ink around the edge to just create that illusion that it's not so flat. We've talked about this with colouring with the grey pens around the edge of it, and that's going to sit, and you can see him starting to come to life now. So that's that second layer here. Okay, so we're going to stick that one down, and I'm going to come back to my wet glue for this one. Now you could have used the wet glue on the hinge if you wish. I just wanted to make sure that it was firmly in place so that I could show you that design. And obviously the wet glue, we just need to give it a second to cure and start to go off. So again, this one's going to go in the middle, and you can see that all that measuring and guesswork's been, you know, you've not got to worry about, is it the right shape? Have I got the same gap at this side? Is it going to fit? It's all been done in with that kit. And then we'll pop him to dry. Then you can just go to town. All right, we've got all these extra elements in here. So if I bring my sheet in that I've already die cut for you, you can see here we've got the top of his hat. Now obviously all the dies are reversed, so you can see the shapings here. So I've just used some glitter card to create his hat there. And then you've got a separate piece that I've just cut the hat again, and I wanted to just create this one as if it's got that layer of sort of fur on the front of it. So that's going to be the top of the hat. And then down here you can see we've got his scarf here. So I've cut that out of the same glitter card. You've got to have a matching hat and scarf. And then I've just trimmed it again because I want to sort of layer this up and create a little bit of depth. So that's the two pieces for the scarf. You can also see we've got his little feet. And again, this is the bit that I like about our dies and things. You know, yeah, there's 2 feet that are identical. You could give you 1 die, but we've used the space and we've put 2 in so that you can cut these at the same time rather than having to pass it through a second time. So we've got his little feet there. You can also see here we've got his nose on this one. Okay, so that one's going to go in. And then you've got the eyes. I've cut out some eyes, and I've also done a white one which is going to go over the end of his hat there. So all I'm going to do now, Debs, is just literally pop these in place so that we've got him decorated on the front here. So again, I'm going to go and swap to my tacky glue, and I'm going to stick some of the elements flat. So this one's literally going to go across the top. So I just want glue across that bottom edge here.
There's something very rewarding about building up a character.
There is, isn't there?
Yeah.
And seeing that character emerge. And I just think they're great. My Toby's just getting to an age now where he's taking an interest. He's always liked to come into the craft room. What are you doing, Nanny? What are you making?
Yeah.
And he loves, you know, you die cut him a little piece of something. I normally die cut him a heart because Nanny loves him so much. Give him the heart, and honestly, he thinks he's got the world because he's had something out the craft room. But he's just getting into an age now where he's getting interested in how things work.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was building a train at home with Mummy the other day it was just reminded me of when my girls were little, and you'll be the same, Debbie, you know, using all the empty cardboard boxes and recycling them.
Yes.
Toilet tubes and kitchen roll tubes, things
absolutely.
like that. Yeah, so he's got this big train sat on the kitchen table that's all been stuck together with all the different boxes and things. And I just think he's just getting now to a point where he's enjoying that sort of construction side.
Oh, see, that's what you need to do now, Jan. You need to make characters to stick on his train.
Oh, of course. Well, we were talking the other day. Corinne was watching when I was doing the wax melts the other day. And she says, how about making them into pirate treasure coins? Because he's mad on pirates. His whole bedroom is pirate themed. And, you know, if you ask him what a pirate does, he's like, "Wow." He loves it. He's got a pirate hat and an eye patch and you name it. So, yeah, it would be great to actually create. We could have a pirate penguin, couldn't we? We could make him a pirate hat.
Yes, you could, and put a patch over his eye.
Yeah, he would love it, wouldn't he? So yeah, as I say, it's just getting now. He's getting very frustrated because obviously our little Alfie is like, would you believe he's coming up on 9 months old?
No.
And he's into everything.
Where
he's on the
has that
move.
gone?
And of course, Toby's getting very frustrated because he just wants to take everything that he's playing with, and it's like, no, it's mine. So yeah, we're on a bit of a learning curve at the minute, but bless him, he's doing so well with him.
Well, you have to make the most of it. They grow up so quick.
They
My
do.
Ava's going to school in September.
Wow, yeah.
She's my youngest. How is she 4 and going to school?
I know, it's
like
scary, isn't it?
Very scary.
Well, my Toby was due to start nursery in September. He's a year younger. And Vanessa's actually wanting to home educate him, which is a big... she's taken a big step, but
yeah, very big step.
Yeah, we've sort of done a lot of research, and she's got very good, valid reasons for doing so. And obviously, we said we will try and support her because he's going to come to us for a couple of days a week when she goes back to work next month. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting
teacher
journey.
in you, Jan.
Yeah, well, he's got my experience from school, and my youngest daughter is a secondary school maths teacher. So yeah, we've got sort of bases covered, but I says it is a massive undertaking that. I know over in the States it's actually much more of a thing than it is here in the UK.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody's out there that does home educate, homeschool, I'd love to hear from you on my you know, give us a message and let us know all your top tips.
Oh, absolutely. Let us know what crafts you do with your children or grandchildren.
We'd love it, yeah.
We'd love to know what you're
I know the
crafting
kiddies
with
really
them.
enjoy it, don't they?
They love it, yeah. My Ruby's into colouring at the moment.
Yeah.
So she just, yeah. And
I know Sarah's boys love colouring, don't they? They've got all the pens and everything.
I let her use my alcohol pens. The only time she's allowed is when she comes to Nanny's. But she's very good. She colours in the lines. Yeah, she's very good colourist, I should say, not a colourer.
So again, you can just see adding all those different pieces there.
Oh, look at that.
That way, or that way, I think.
Oh,
it's just so absolutely adorable, isn't it? And then I've just taken one of the many stamps. You know, you could actually stamp straight onto his tummy if you wish.
Oh, of course.
I've actually stamped onto a separate piece here, and I've just used the Winter Joy. And again, pop some foam pads on the back of here. And we're just going to pop this one.
I mean, these are super easy, aren't they?
They really are. Once you've got that main idea, that concept behind how to create the card blank, the rest of it, you know, the actual decoration, just go to town. And then you can see here, now he's decorated. I would probably cut that central panel again and pop that inside so that you've got somewhere to write your message in. But they all stand up beautifully. And again, such a joy to work with, and like I said, great for using up those little scraps of card that we all keep, even though it's only the size of a postage stamp.
Yep, absolutely. Jan, I absolutely love that. And do you want to create like Jan? Do you want to create that cute little penguin? Do you want to be creative with the grandkids or your children? These are the dies for you. We've got 4 in the collection, but you're getting 127 dies, which is amazing. I love the penguin that you're getting that bunting. You're getting all those bits to be creative with it. I also adore the gingerbread house. I think this is just a super one to do. I did hear on the grapevine, I was thinking a little birdie told me, and then between the grapevines, combining the two, but there you go, that Michelle was going to do a craft along, or Sarah put Michelle forward to do a craft along with that gingerbread house, so that's going to be exciting. You've also got the amazing snowman in there, and obviously Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without the Christmas tree. You can get these for £60 platinum price, or $75.20 if you're in the club, which is amazing. Lots of you coming through this morning saying, Shadia is asking what the size of that penguin is, Jan.
That's a very good question, actually.
Check that out for you.
The packaging always gives you sizing, but it's the size of the dies. So on the packaging, it says the largest die is 5 inches by 4.3, which is just over 4 1/4. But when you're making him up, obviously you've got to take into account, you know, that his hat's extending the height of it. If I just bring this over here, you can see him in the edge of my board here. So he's about 5 1/2 inches tall by roughly 4 1/2 inches wide on this particular one. Now obviously the different shapes will make up slightly different, but the reason we've kept them that size is because then they are a perfect size if you're wanting to add them, you know, on the front of a card. They're not going to dominate the card. They're actually a nice size to work with to put a card behind them if you want to use them as a topper. So yeah, they're really nice. I thought these would be great. I can just imagine these done rather than putting the sentiment on them, popping letters in the middle of them and making like bunting with them. So you could spell out greetings or names or things like that for parties or Christmas, things like that. I just think they'd be great. Or again, popping names in the middle of them. And how about having these on your Christmas table as the little place settings?
Even a little hanging for the Christmas tree with grandkids' names on them, or your young children. Going to be amazing. Lots of ideas there. So Michael is saying, Debbie and Jan really have great chemistry together on camera. I'm really enjoying this episode of Cup Call.
Oh, lovely.
That's very nice. Thank you. And Lindsay's also saying, I do love Jan and Debbie together. They really have star quality together.
Oh, that's
You're all so kind.
You know, we've got the best customers, haven't we?
We do have the best people out there, absolutely. So we've done that one. Joined a bit late, Debbie. Great to meet you at the Evesham store. Yes, I was down there demoing just a couple of weeks ago. Myra, it was lovely to meet you as well. And Shadia's saying, Nana Jan, my first grandson, My first grandson, me, hubby, homeschooled him, and he is doing really good. But next year we'll go to the community school. The boy is 8 and can say his 1 to 12 times table without blinking.
Wow.
Homeschooling does help for some. And that's quite a feat, isn't it, 8 years old? Because my granddaughter's learning and she still gets very muddled with them, so which is quite normal for that. Lois is saying super sweet cards. Sarah Brown is saying, oh Jan, that penguin looks amazing. Right, I'm going to be quite quick because we want to get on to that final demo. This kit, if you haven't got it already, grab it because it's amazing. Now I've lost my stamps, I'm afraid, so I've got no stamps to show you here, but I want to show you the 12 Days of Christmas because for me, this is the set everybody needs because it gives you all the 12 stamps to create all the different 12 Days of Christmas. You get in the stamp set, which I've got missing, you will get yours, and all the dies to cut them out. So I absolutely love that. If you wanted to do an advent calendar with the 12 Days of Christmas, that would be perfect for you to use on that one. And then of course, a partridge in a pear tree. You've got to have a partridge, haven't you, in the 12 Days of Christmas. We've also got the Christmas tree, which has got that beautiful design with those baubles on there. We've also got this amazing tag, which I think is just incredible. You can use this all year round as well. Love that you're getting that tag edger. But honestly, the little foliage pieces that you're getting in here, the Merry Christmas, so you're going to be using throughout all different designs of your Christmas cards and your makes and your tags and your boxes and your gift bags and your wrapping. You're also getting your sentiments in there, which are beautiful. And then we've also got 2 of the most exquisite embossing folders there, including that partridge in the pear tree and that gorgeous background, which has got that sort of flurry of foliage in there, which is really, really beautiful. Now you're getting so much in here. You're getting your 23 dies, 2 embossing folders, your 7-piece collection with 18 stamps as well. This is all today for a platinum price of £48 or $60. Right, we're going to head straight to Jan because we're in the last 20 minutes in the show. Jan, what have you got with this collection?
It just flies by, doesn't it? We have this every time I'm here. I'm just like, wow, where did the time go? So again, I've just chosen a couple of elements for this particular demo. We're going to do some more of this later on in Lunch Party at 6 o'clock here in the UK. But I'm basically looking at the embossing folder, so the 2D folder Christmas wishes, and then this gorgeous Merry Christmas foliage and tag set. So we're going to use those in conjunction with a piece of the paper. Now, I know the paper pads have sold out. I'm gutted because I didn't get my hands on them either. But any of your Christmas papers, or you can make this design for any particular paper. It doesn't have to be Christmas related. So I'm going to make a little gift bag. I've started out with a piece of paper that is 12 inches by 8 inches. We're just going to put a series of score lines in here with my scoreboard. So I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch first of all to make like my glue tab, and I nearly always use that 1/2 inch measurement for the glue tabs. Then we're going to go along to 1 3/4. This is going to be the side of the bag. And then I'm going to come across to 6 1/4 across here. So that's going to be sort of the width of the bag from here to here. Then we're going to need to put another side in. So I'm going to go to 7 1/2. And then my remaining piece will be that depth from here to here. And then I'm going to rotate so that I've got, this is going to be the bottom edge of the bag. And I'm just going to create a base at 1 1/4 inches. Okay. So that's all the scoring done. The next job when I've scored, I'm usually quite systematic with this, is to actually pop those lines in and get them burnished into place so that you can see with what you're working. So again, wherever you've got a score line, pop it in and burnish, just making sure that these, you know, it is lined up nicely. It's worth just taking the time at this point to make sure that all your edges are running nice and straight, and it will help when you come to put it together at the end. So one more there, and again just make sure that it's all running nice and straight, and then we've got that really long one across the bottom there, and again burnish that into place. And then I just need to snip a little bit of it away, so I'm actually going to grab my scissors here. So along this bottom line where we've got that 1 1/4 inches, I'm going to snip up all the score lines, and I'm actually cutting the score line away. The score line is free from this piece here. Same at this side. I'm going to cut to the left hand side and get rid of that score line so that we've got a nice neat finish on here. And then the same on this one. So I'm cutting the score line. The score line's left on the tab, and the same on this one. And then I'm just going to take a little tiny angle here to create that glue tab. And then I'm just going to take a piece off here to create, you can see where those tabs come from. So again, the same on this one, and that's cutting away, that score line's disappeared now on the piece that we're actually cutting away. So everything's nice and neat to fold together. Okay, and then right at the very top where we created that tab here, I'm just going to take that corner off at this side. So really simple to do, and the best thing that I like about these is once we've added that piece of glue, so I'm going to take my tape pen, that 1/2 inch that I created for the glue tab, I'm going to add my tape to, and then literally if we fold this in, fold this one over, they should all line up beautifully. Now you can make these are great for sort of Christmas gifts, or as I say, all year round. It doesn't have to be Christmas paper. You can make them and leave them at this point and file them flat so that you've just got them to pop together really quickly.
Good idea.
When you come to make them up. So again, make sure that it folds both ways flat and give it a little burnish into place, and then all you have to do then is pop the sides in. Now I normally look, my join's here, so I'm going to make this bit the back. Okay, so this is my front. I'm going to fold that one out of the way. I fold this one in first, then these two, and then enclose the tabs inside, which means you've got a nice neat finish inside your bag. All right, so again, I just want to pop a little bit of glue on there. So again, you can use your all-purpose or your tacky glue here. You can put tape on them, however you prefer to stick. So again, make sure it's nice and straight. Pop that one down and that one down. Okay, and then I'm just going to pop some on this one. And you've got yourself that nice little shaped gift bag. And you see the base now is all nice and neat. And when you look inside, I know you guys can't see inside, but I can see that this is just nice and neat and flat.
Perfect.
Inside, very dark in there. And then just at the top here, we can just give it a little squeeze, and you can see we've got the makings of that gift bag. Okay, so pop that to one side, and then if we take the die set here, absolutely beautiful. Now then, what we've done with this is we've created the opportunity to create a tag any length, because we've just given you the topper for the tag. So literally just by popping this on the top, and it measures, I think it was 3¼ inches across the top of the tag here from cutting edge to cutting edge. Pass that through your machine and you're going to create the perfect size tag there with the hole punched in and everything. I just think it's great. Use your corner rounders or your fancy corner punchers if you have them to create a different edge at the bottom. But this means that you can make, you know, a full A4 piece if you wanted to make it into a bookmark tag. You can make a little tiny one if it was to go into a gift card pocket. And I like that because it gives you choices again. So we've done that. Then I brought in the embossing folder, the 2D embossing folder, pop this in the embossing folder just to add a little bit of detail.
Oh, that's
you can
nice.
just see. I think that the mirror card in embossing folders is just a winner every time. You're never going to go wrong with whatever colour you choose. So that one's going to be my back tag. And then I've done exactly the same again and created it out of the white multi-purpose card. So exactly the same process with that tag topper. Then because I'm using the green cardstock, I've added a little bit of ink. All right, so this is going to be my next layer to go on front of the bag. And then also in here, you've got a beautiful Merry Christmas. Now I did actually cut that out and pop it through my sticky maker, but I'm just looking at time whipping away. So as always, we've got the one ready with it all stuck down.
So nice, the font on that one, isn't it?
It's gorgeous, isn't it? And again, you know, that could be the sentiment on a Christmas card. Just because it comes with a tag die set doesn't mean that you couldn't use that on other things as well. So don't forget you've got that mix and match ability. So this is actually going to be the front of our bag here. We're going to pop this on. We're going to pop some ribbon through the bag. Okay, and then you've got an enormous amount of foliage in here as well. So I've just got my little piece here, And I've just gone to town again with all the scraps. You can see we've got lots of foliage, all cut out of the scrap pieces of card. So we've got the little, little mistletoe pieces here. You can see we've got the holly leaves. I've used a little bit of the gold to bring that in on the little fern leaves.
Well, remember all that luxury cardstock? We've got packs of that on the show as well.
Perfect, wouldn't it? And then you've got the means of making the little poinsettias as well.
Love that.
I've just used those metallic pens to put a centre in those. You could use a little pearl accent or an adhesive gem in the middle of the flowers if you wish, but just used an array of this. And I'm not going to spend an age sticking all this together because it did take a little while to just position it and pop it all in. So I'm going to leave all that on there, and I'm going to bring you in my finished sample that I've actually put all this together. So I've used some red ribbon to actually echo the poinsettias, and you can see here now we've got that little bag with the squeeze closure. You can pop a little clip on here, or you could put a little glue dot in there, however you want to. You could put magnets in there. I've used my hole punch to just pop a couple of holes in, thread the ribbon through so that that picks up the poinsettias, and then I've used all that Christmas foliage that we've made to go on the 2 tag sets there. And again, you know, you can write your message if this is a gift to someone on the back of here. Absolutely gorgeous, and a really simple way of making a nice sort of gift bag or gift envelope, however you want to use it. So just stand you that one up there. And you can see there.
Absolutely beautiful. How amazing is that? And actually, when you think about Christmas, how many gifts we give away to people and they need a little bag like that, that is going to come in so useful. Jan, can you get your makes done for the show ready for us? I'm just going to recap on what's in that collection, and then we must get a vote of the show going. The 12 Days of Christmas comes with that amazing stamp set that gives you the 12 Days of Christmas. So whichever ones that you want, you can see the stamp set's missing on our one, but you will get it, and it will do or cut out and stamp all those different emblems to represent those 12 days of Christmas. Love that one. We've also got the creator card, so you can cut it out as a topper, or you can cut it out of your card blank straight into that card, and you've got a ready-made card with your partridge in a pear tree. Another creator card, a different one here, where you've got the Christmas tree and those baubles. That tag set that Jan was just using is absolutely beautiful. That foliage you're going to use in so many different ways. That Merry Christmas you're going to use on all your cards, your tags, your gift bags, because it's so beautiful. There is an amazing stamp set in there, so all those different stamp sets to use on your creations. And then we've got 2 embossing folders, that beautiful one that Jan used on that gold tag to emboss with, and then we've got that gorgeous partridge in a pear tree, which is just simply divine. Right, Jan, have you got your makes ready?
I certainly have. We've got 4 done during that time.
Amazing.
So we started off right at the top of the show with those magazines, and we started off with magazine 2, which had those elements of gift in there that matched the Bohemian collection. So we went very striking with the blue and orange, and then one of the toppers from that paper collection as part of your gift. So that was number 1. Number 2, we went back to magazine number 1 with that lovely timeless floral collection in, and used the stencil there and the little sentiment on that one, along with those beautiful papers in there. So that's number 2. Number 3 was our little shaped card with the penguin that could just as easily have been the Christmas tree or the house or the snowman there. But here's number 3. And then number 4, just using elements from our 12 Days of Christmas collection, we made that little Christmas gift bag there. So 1, 2, 3 or 4 this morning.
Amazing. Well, I think it's going to be a little bit tough to choose one, but you've got to choose. So get your votes in on those, and let's get a vote of the show. Right, now, water reactive ink pads. We were talking about pigment ink pads, with what you can do with your heat embossing. Water reactive are just that. They react with water or liquid or your sparkle pens, whatever you want to put with them. They are amazing. They're the ones that probably do the most. Their blending capabilities are incredible. You're getting a collection here for £32 or $48 platinum price. You're getting your Midnight in that one. You're getting your Parakeet, which I know is a firm favourite of a lot of the team. You've got your Damson Wine, another beautiful, really deep purple one. You're also getting your Baby Blue. You're getting your smoked pumice in that one as well. Really good one to use for your shading and mixing as well. You've then got your green topaz, your Friar brown. We've then got our Sandstorm. Love that colour. That's a great one to use. Although Dean's saying no, pass on that one. We've got our Spa Blue, and we've also got our Smoked Emerald, which I also love as well. Nice deep colour, which is a great one. You're getting those today for £40 or $60, which is amazing. One more thing before we just get to the end of the show is we do have a few bits left of Sarah's Signature Roaring 20s, including 2 of the stamps. So if you haven't gone for these or you wanted a smaller bundle, these are perfect for you. Platinum price £32 or $40. This is beautiful. You've got your Raised Your Glass and Together Forever. I won't sing any more of that one. And then we've got our Fancy Feather. Love that one. These would go lovely with the Bohemian collection of the magazine, the Crafts Inspiration. There's also the Showgirl. Love that one. She's like a creator card die, so she will cut into your cardstock. Absolutely beautiful. There is some amazing, so you've got your floral deco, amazing embossing folders, and you've got your cut and embossing folder there, which is your art deco. It's a 1920s, so I just have to say this. Dean is saying, oh, it looks like it's 1940 or 1950s. The clue's in the title, Dean. It's the Roaring 20s. You can get all those today. It's very funny. He said all these. Oh, it could be that. No, it's the Roaring 20s, Dean. So it's in the title. It's in the title. Shadi is saying, stunning card, Jan. Your cards are always brilliant. It's very hard to choose. Lynn is saying, I got my 12 Days of Christmas yesterday and I can't wait to make stuff. Yes, we like making stuff, especially with the 12 Days of Christmas. Linda is saying, I love that gift bag. Kim is saying, I bought this tag set just for the sentiment. Yeah, that sentiment is incredible.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And Elle McD on YouTube is saying, what did Jan cut the sentiment from? Oh, so what cardstock, I assume?
On the gift bag.
On the gift bag,
It was
yes.
actually one of my favourites. It's that satin gold cardstock. So just out of the luxury card packs, I love the satin one. You could have used the gold mirror card or the glitter card, any of them like that. Or if you don't have access to the coloured card packs, we've got that fabulous bundle on the show. Or if you've got the metallic pens, you can create your own little bit. You can cut the die and then colour it with your metallic pens. So many different ways. But my favourite a lot of the time is that lovely satin gold.
Yeah, it's beautiful. You'll find that in our gold, luxury gold pack as well. Brenda is saying, thanks, Jan, for the inspiration. I now know my afternoon project. Love that. And Joe is saying, it always makes my day when I click on to see TV and hear Jan's voice.
Oh,
how nice is that? And we do have a demo of the show.
Excellent.
It is number 4.
Oh, well done. Yep, there we go. That's that lovely little gift bag there. Again, really simple to make. And as I say, the fact that you can make them and keep them flat and just maybe have them filed in a box ready to pop out and just finish off if you need them for a gift.
Absolutely. I'm definitely not absolutely. I don't know where that come from. It's a word I've just made up. Who makes up words like that? Absolutely. Before we go, let's just bring in our weekday wonder. Launching today, every start of the week, we're going to start doing a weekday wonder where through the week we will have an amazing deal, which might get you some discount, might get you some extra points, whatever, but it's going to be an amazing deal. And then on the weekend, we'll have a weekend deal, which will be incredible as well. So this one is our Stack and Stash storage unit. So the actual case itself is really strong. You're getting plenty of storage unit in that one. It's see-through, so it means you can store anything in there and be able to see it. Super strong, literally you can put anything you want in there. I mean, not only is that great for all your craft projects, that's great for in the kitchen, it's great for all your batteries, your wires, your kids' toys, your Legos, anything you can put into that. It's going to be amazing for. Now, not only do you get that, you get the most amazing little gift bag here. You don't get the gift bag, but you get all the goodies that are inside it. Now, inside this, we've got some of our spritzers. You're getting a pack of 4 of our our Spectrum Noir spritzers there. You're also getting our stamp cleaning solution, which I think is a great one to have in that bag. Inside also, could not have a tape pen in there, which are brilliant. If you've not tried our tape pens, buy these today and you can try it and you'll come back for more, guaranteed. We've got our tri-blend pens as well there, which are incredible. I absolutely love the colours that you get in this one. This is your classic chic, so beautiful designs. We've popped some ribbons in there for you. We've also got a classic marker. We've also got some of our Floral all-purpose glue, which Jan has been using throughout the whole of the last couple of hours. We've got some pokey tools in there, and we've also got one of our Midas ink pads in bronze. So you're getting all of that today, including the box as well, for £32 or $48. You're also getting double points on that as well. So if you've gone for other items in the show day, maybe the Crafters Inspiration, where you get 2 magazines, that's an extra 100 points. You then double up on these points as well. You're going to soon be up to that next level in our Club Inspire, which is incredible. So all of those today for our weekend wonder deal. No, weekday wonder deal, not weekend wonder, weekday wonder, which is incredible. Right, we've got everything we need to get you going for the next hour. What I would say is just checking we've got no other comments coming through. What I would say is that make sure you go and have something to eat, put your feet up, have a cup of tea, but join us back in an hour's time, because at 2 o'clock, Jan, what have we got to expect?
We're going to have a little bit more in-depth look at those Crafters Inspiration magazines, and we've got lots of demos lined up with either inspired by the magazine or my own take on things from the magazine. But yeah, can't wait to have a look through those again.
Oh, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And now I know you love Jan, and I know you love her demos and the way she teaches. So I can't wait to see what she's got in store for us either. But if you do want to come and join us back then. And remember then, 6 p.m. tonight, we've got another great show, which is our launch party. And we've got some more of those card bases as well, which is going to be incredible. So everything to get you inspired and wanting you to create through all week if you want to. So join us back here in an hour. Me and Jan are just going to grab a cuppa and we'll be back very soon. See you in an hour. Bye.